Welcome one and all to Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 496. I am your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn here, as always, with suspenders set to maximum stun. Got a great show for you today, and today is a great reason and a great example of why following me on Twitter is important. I found out about a school event for my children today, like while I was in the middle of my workday. It wasn't really anybody's fault. It was an event going on at the school that my son was not a part of. His class wasn't a part of it, but it was open to children in his class, and my son really wanted to go. So we went ahead and went to it, and it was a whole lot of fun. There was a reptile guy there, and my son got to hold a snake and some turtles. So he had a really good time, and I'm really glad we did it. But I went onto Twitter just a few hours before the show and told everybody that I was going to be a little bit late. So here I am at almost 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, an hour later than my show is supposed to broadcast, and I'm live. So we're going to have a fantastic night. We're going to be playing some Wolfenstein: The New Order. We're doing pretty good. We're almost through it. So will we beat it today? I don't know. Troy Sidio says, "Love what you do, Oxhorn." Thank you, Troy. Glad to have you there. Good to see all of the regulars in the chat today. Courtney, Blue-Eyed Fox, Thomas Dornick, Vault Dude, Buff Canucks. Everybody's here. King Patch. Well, I can't name absolutely everybody, so I'm not going to try. So I better stop now. Silver Husky Gamer. Thomas Dornick. Okay, I think I did him right. I'm ready for Scotch. Let's see. Here we go. I am actually out of Scotch today. I think I said this last week, so I probably shouldn't say it again, but I went to the local Scotch store, and they were out of Scotch. So I got the next closest thing, and that's some Irish whiskey. So we're going to be drinking some Sexton single malt Irish whiskey. So I guess it's Irish and not Scotch. Taz, good to see ya. Will you play the second game, says Hapless? I don't know. Maybe you're talking about Colossus or the Old Blood, because I've already played the Old Blood. In fact, I played it first before the New Order. It was the first Wolfenstein game I played on the program, and I played it first because it's chronologically first, even though it was released after this one within the chronology of the game. It's first. Tom says, "Welcome back. Thought for you. What do you think would happen if you drained the water at Thicket?" Excavations, I'm assuming, and then did the Nuka World DLC and sided with the Raiders. What would happen going back to the site? That's an interesting question. I mean, there's only one way to find out, and that's to test it. I wonder if they added anything, because they were really smart. They added a number of encounters to the game if you have Nuka World installed, and if you manage to go to Nuka World and become the Raider boss first. For example, after the whole Museum of Freedom thing, Preston has a completely different dialogue exchange with you. So, great question. I don't know the answer to that. It's worth trying. Edwards says, "I'm a new YouTuber. Please watch my 2 channels. Lots of love, the UK." Well, congratulations on your new channel. I hope you do really well. Dawson says, "Nice Hunt Fuzz reference in your Herald video." Thanks. Yeah, I just had to add it. The greater good. Tammy says, "Miss you, Ox. Will you play Rage 2? Absolutely. We'll be playing some Rage 2 when it comes out." Cheers. Oh. Hunter says, "What is Scotch and Smoke Rings?" Well, it's a little complicated, but I'll show you. You just saw the first part. The Scotch part is an important part, but you don't get the full broadcast splendor until we get to the smoke ring part. And here it comes. Lots of ritual. Pay attention. That's Scotch and Smoke Rings. Need I say more? Kristen says, expecting our first baby any day now. My husband wants to know what cigar to smoke. Well, you can't go wrong with Romeo y Julieta. Winston Churchill loved Romeo and Juliet's. They're good cigars. Get a good Churchill-sized cigar. These are La Auroras, and they're really good priced and decent cigars. And congratulations on the upcoming baby. Shayla says, been following you ever since the Wild Machinima days. Keep up the amazing work. Oxhorn, love watching you. Thank you, Shayla. Good to have longtime viewers on the program. Vellingham says, glad to catch your stream after a while. I'm sorry I missed your last one, Oxhorn. Also, rest in peace, Jay. You will be missed. Is that a reference to something? I don't know. Rest in peace, Jay. Whomever you are, we miss you. Vellingham, yeah, I did Scotch and Smoke Rings on Twitch last week as part of my week-long Twitch experiment last week, which was really illuminating. I learned a lot. And Scotch and Smoke Rings, however, will continue to be broadcast here on YouTube, but other broadcasts that I do will be on Twitch. Not my twice-a-week live streams. My Monday and Friday live streams will still be here on YouTube, but my other impromptu live streams will all be on Twitch. I think I've only done 2 impromptu live streams on Twitch, but I've uploaded recordings of both of them to YouTube. So you can watch everything here on YouTube. Binary Ghost says, one day YouTube will actually notify me of your streams. I'm sorry for the delay. I tweeted as soon as I went live, so Twitter is really where you want to go if you want to get up to date, spur of the moment notifications. I'm really good about notifying Twitter. I do it personally. I don't have to wait on an algorithm to do it. So if you want to make sure you don't miss anything, Twitter is the thing to do. Tammy says, ask what Scotch would you recommend for someone who's never tried Scotch. I've only ever drunk Captain Morgan rum and beer, but I want to try Scotch. It's worth a try, of course, assuming you're of the appropriate age. And it's really hard to recommend a good Scotch because Scotch just, by the nature of itself, is an acquired sort of taste. It's strong. It's a flavorful beverage. If you like the idea of putting a campfire in your mouth, you'll like Scotch. So, big time campers or burnt marshmallow eaters might enjoy it. Lagavulin, Glenfiddich, all good choices. Vamex says, if the Enclave made a presence in Appalachia, do you think they would have the resources to beat the Scorched? Modus could be the key. Well, they certainly tried, although I think they were more concerned with establishing their own rule. But yeah, they got close. They got close. Of course, so did the Brotherhood. King Patch with a bunch of emotes. Good to have you here. How does the whiskey taste? Says Courtney. I forgot. I guess we'll have to taste it again. Wonderful. And I just read your comment, Courtney. She asked it, and then she did a super chat so that I didn't miss it. Thank you, Courtney. It tastes wonderful. Welcome, new member, Sean Fornango. Good to have you on the program. ADCJ says, been watching you for a long time, Ox. Raffle Mao indeed, good sir. Gamer Imperium says, please play some Metro Exodus when it comes out. Vellingham says, Jay from Wolfenstein, the Jimi Hendrix looking fellow. Oh, that Jay, yeah. That was a sad moment in the game last broadcast. Yeah. That makes sense. Rest in peace, Jay. Gamer Imperium, when Metro Exodus comes out, I'm going to be dedicating a lot of time on this channel to covering it. Don't know how much I want to cover it, but like I did with Fallout 76 when it first launched, I may spend a week just doing daily live streams of the game because I'm excited for it, and I really want to just jump in feet first and play the game. So, I don't know how long it is. I don't know how open world it is. Maybe it's not appropriate for an everyday stream on my channel, but we'll see when the time comes. The Dark Seraph says, a kid who's into astronomy asked me how stars die. I told him it's usually an overdose. I don't know if that's an astronomy joke and I'm just too ignorant to get it. A dad joke that I should be getting that I'm not getting. I don't know. Rookie with a tip. Thank you, Rookie. Ox, would you recommend the Nuka Dark Rum? Well, it depends. Would I recommend it for an everyday drink? No. It's hard to pour from the bottle, and there are better spiced rums out there. For an everyday sort of drinking rum, I would recommend Kraken. Kraken's a good rum. But if you're a collector and you just want it as a collector, sure. Oh! Silver Husky says, I get it. Deuteronomus says stars like celebrities. I had to have someone explain that to me, didn't I? I didn't get it on my own. Someone had to explain it to me. That's what this stream is now. Okay. It's a joke about famous people on drugs, says Money. Money from Chicken. Everyone in the chat got it. You all got it. I didn't. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here. I disappointed some of you. Silver Husky said, really? Chase99 said, that face. Yeah, I've had a long day, okay? Just give me a break. I've been working. Dr. Schockenberg says, please don't let the haters get to you. I never do. They're doing what they do the best they know how. And I'm doing what I do the best I know how. Absolute Horse says, I've been listening to your LA Noire series on my way to class. It's like listening to a radio series. Here's a tip. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Lots of great LA Noire coming your way. Taz says, Ox, I haven't been getting Twitter updates, and Rage 2 is May 14th. Well, I don't know what to tell you if you haven't been getting Twitter updates, because everybody on Twitter says that they get my Twitter updates. Would you stream The Witcher 3? Probably not. I mean, I know it's a great game, but I don't know if it's something that I could really immerse myself in. Thomas says, I've been missing your live streams. My days are always nonstop activities now, and you stream in the middle of them. Well, that's what happens when, Valdude says, I see you got a holotape prop. Let's see it. All right. Yeah, that's what happens when gaming becomes your day job. You game during the day. So this is my new prop, my latest prop. I'm really excited about it. I watched a video that the guy put together making it, and I don't know where the video is off the top of my head, but he put such time and attention into it that I had to have it. So I got it, and it arrived just a few days ago, and it's, as far as I have been able to tell, the only Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas styled holotape available. I haven't found any officially licensed ones, and there are a few creators on Reddit that were Etsy that were making them. So I found one, and I bought it, and it looks amazing. So I'm looking forward to putting it up on my shelf. Look at the way he painted that sucker. The rust looks realistic. The silver metal aluminum looks realistic. Just a great job. Wonderful attention to detail. I love creators. Let's try this. There. That might be a little bit more comfortable for me. Santiago says, where is your Broken Steel series? In my imagination. No, I will be doing Broken Steel after I do the full story of Fallout 3 as a necessity, because the story of Broken Steel takes place after the primary plot of Fallout 3. So, eventually. Is West Tech morally worse than Vault Tech, says Dylan. Well, how do you want to rank this? By body count? Because if by body count, then West Tech is by far and away worse. And that's because they invented FEV, and FEV created the super mutants, and how many millions of people have died over the past, dozens or hundreds of years due to super mutants. And then again, they also made power armor. West Tech is responsible for power armor, which we use to defeat super mutants and protect ourselves from raiders. So, I don't know, and the laser. Like, they were responsible for doing the research that led to the military issue laser rifle. So, and which is more evil? That's a tricky one. Deuteronomus says, how far have you gotten into your Fallout 3 playthrough? Well, I have intentionally avoided the primary plot. So that I didn't spoil anything, so I wouldn't have to create a new character to capture that footage. I have been very carefully tiptoeing around all of the locations in the Capital Wasteland that trigger major plot events. Very carefully. So I'm coming up on a shortage of things to cover in the game. Besides the primary plot, I really have the Temple of the Union to tackle. I have Greyditch and those to tackle. A few other minor locations, and then Broken Steel in the plot to Fallout 3. And then Fallout 3 is done. Finished New Vegas. I finished 4. I'm working my way through 3. We're getting close to an end of Fallout content. Now, there will always be Fallout content to do. Fallout 76, of course, is a godsend. It's going to have tons of content, and it will always have content as soon as as more DLCs are created. But yeah, Fallout 2 is in the works. I'm capturing footage for Fallout 2. Then there's Tactics, maybe Brotherhood of Steel if I really want to hurt myself. That sort of thing. We got a lot to do. J.A. Bristol says, I think millions is stretching a bit. Thousands is more realistic. Maybe you're right. Vaultdude says, wait. What music are we listening to right now? This is the loading screen music for Wolfenstein: The New Order. I have it up on my other computer, ready to go. We're going to play the game. And I didn't bother to turn on my other music, so we're just listening to loading screen music. Victoria says, I just saw this was live even though YouTube didn't send me anything about it. That's frustrating. I am frustrated to hear that. Well, at least you're here. I'm glad you're here. And those who are interested can always watch the replay. That's a really interesting question about, is West Tech worse than Vault Tech? Because they're both so bad. I mean, we also have to think about Vault Tech. As evil and insidious as they were, they did end up keeping a few people safe. Those citizens of Vault 101, the citizens of Vault 81, the residents of Vault 13. I mean, what happened to them? Well, that was the Enclave's fault, not theirs. The citizens of Vault 18, was it? Whatever Vault became Vault City, they're a great success story, right? So, yeah, there are a lot of vaults that owe their existence to Vault Tech, despite how evil that company is. Mr. Gorilla says, my brother loves New Vegas, but I hate it. Do you know how to have fun in New Vegas? Since I know you love New Vegas. Well, that's a difficult question to answer because I don't know what you're looking for in a Fallout game. The thing that draws me into New Vegas is the story. The DLCs are just awe-inspiring and fascinating. If you're having a hard time getting inspired by the game, consider just diving into one of the DLCs head first or feet first or whatever and just playing it. If you're not really big on the story, then maybe focus on the guns. Fallout New Vegas did guns really well, much better than Fallout 3. The guns in Fallout New Vegas have mods. You can craft ammunition. There are a huge variety of them. They did a great job on guns, and the gunplay is so much better than Fallout 3. Fallout 4 does it better, just because it's a newer, more advanced game, but New Vegas does it really well. Taz says, in Fallout 76, the last patch undid what the previous patch did with fusion cores and poppy pins. Is that true? Oh, no. Is that true? Wow. Well, I'll have to log into the game and find out for myself. J.A. Bristol says Vault 81 doesn't count because Vault-Tec was originally going to experiment on them, but the overseer pulled the plug. That's true. You're right. Vault 81 doesn't count. Good catch. Vault 21 then. A vault where you had to make every decision by gambling. It was still around by the time Robert House arrived. Yeah, their gambling meant Robert House won, but everyone in the vault survived. You're right about this music. It's super chill. It's gonna put me to sleep. But before I play the game, I just wanna sit and smoke my cigar for a bit. Answer a few more questions, then we'll get to the game. Where's my scotch? There it is. Deuteronomus says they released a hotfix earlier today for Fallout 76. What did it include? For story, play Fallout 2, says Victoria, or 3. For immersion, play New Vegas. And for bugs, game glitches, play Fallout 76. What about 4? Where does 4 rank in your hierarchy there? Yeah, bobby pins are back to 0.1 from 0.01. Was that intentional? I don't get how that could happen. Thomas says, what do you think of the quote, war never changes? Well, it's iconic, of course, and I love hearing it, right? But in terms of the actual content of the quote, it's... Here's a more accurate quote. People never change. People commit wars. They also end wars. They also love, but they also hate. War is not the problem. People are the problem. There's the idea of ending war, say no to war, end all war. It's a beautiful thought, but you can't do that without ending people. For as long as there are people, there will be war. Now, of course, you can tinker with the tools of war. Maybe if there were no nukes, war would be very different. Okay, sure, fine. The reality is that there are nukes, and now that they're in the universe, they're not going away. So, idealistic to think about a world without nukes, but of course, war would be different if there were not nukes. Though, it must be said, World War I was one of the bloodiest human wars in history, and they didn't use nukes. One of the most savage, brutal, horrible wars. No nukes. I don't know. It's one of those, war, of course, war is horrible. And maybe the theme of the Fallout universe and with every game is just the hopelessness of wars. Is that the theme? But if so, the game's doing a bad job of it because with every game we find hope. Within every game we find people who are living, people who are surviving, people who are banding together, rebuilding civilization, forming societies, treating each other well. So, I don't know. And it flew off the screen. It flew off the screen. Dr. Schockenberg says, after you've completed most of the content in Fallout 76, would you be willing to nuke silos with other Fallout content creators? Would love to see all of you guys live stream a nuke run. I'm always open to the idea. Sounds like a fun time. I tend to focus on my own content. I've, got a rigid content schedule. I know exactly what I want to publish. I've got things I want to do, but I'm always open to the idea of collaborating with people. Ajax says, hey there, Oxhorn. I was just freezing my butt off with snow blowing outside, but I saw that you were live and I couldn't miss it. Let's have a good night of laughs and mildly enraging moments. Cheers. Yeah, mildly enraging is the key term there. When I'm playing Fallout 76, it's the server disconnects that are mildly enraging. When I'm playing Wolfenstein, it's my thick fingers and poor gaming skills that are mildly enraging. But I'm glad you're finding a way to stay warm. Cheers. Bottoms up. Shayla says, have you ever thought about playing a game out of your comfort zone? And what's your future plans for the channel? Good question. Well, to be perfectly honest, a first-person single-player shooter game is outside my comfort level. I grew up on like original Fallout games on, isometric camera over the head, point and click RPGs. I was horrible at, three-dimensional first-person shooter games. It honestly, to be perfectly honest, it wasn't until 2008, after I had graduated college, long after I made all of my World of Warcraft machinima, that a coworker, due to the nature of the job I had, which I worked for a media company, a coworker introduced me to the Orange Box for Steam. And as part of our work, we were making gaming videos about Half-Life 2, and Gary's Mod. Out of that, I developed a love for first-person shooters, and I was really bad, and they would always tease me, because we would play Call of Duty 4 at the time as a big office. We all had these computers, and we had them hooked up to a LAN, and we would all do LAN games of Call of Duty 4, and it was rough. But I'm happy to say that after a few months of playing with these guys every single day, I was doing good. I wasn't always winning, but I held my own. And that's where I kind of developed a love for the first-person shooter genre. Since then, I did a lot of different things between then and when I got back into Fallout. But that's where I kind of developed that comfort. As for other games that are outside my comfort zone, I'm always keeping an eye open, and here's a little bit of I'm not going to give you a full sneak peek, but there is another game that's very different from anything I've ever played on this channel that I'm in the process of thinking about doing a series on. Is that as vague as I want it to be? Yeah, that's as vague as I want it to be. There are a lot of things I need to finish first. I want to finish the LA Noire series first. Once that's done, I might tinker with this other game. So, lots of good things to look forward to. Victoria says, I personally play New Vegas as like I'm playing as a cowboy. It is the only Fallout game where that doesn't break the lore or immersion. Well, I mean, I did the same thing. When I played Fallout New Vegas, I played as a cowboy as well. And then I found all the riot gear, and I found the NCR, and I ended up playing as like an NCR ranger. The bobby pins were a mistake. That's what the hotfix fixes. And a few other bugs, says Deuteronomus. You mean they mistakenly reduced the weight of bobby pins in the game? What? How could that possibly be? Bobby pins need to be light. They're bobby pins. Oh, no. They intentionally brought that back up in weight? Wow. I don't know. I guess it's good I'm not in game design. I'd probably make all the wrong decisions. King Patch says, between Fallout 3 and New Vegas, what's the best DLC? Oh, wow. Having not played Broken Steel, and that's a big star because I haven't played that DLC yet, so it could completely invalidate what I'm about to say. But having not played Broken Steel, but having played all of the other Fallout 3 DLCs, in my opinion, the Fallout New Vegas DLCs are much better. I loved the Fallout 3 DLCs, don't get me wrong, but the way that the story is connected between the 4 Fallout New Vegas DLCs is just... It really made me want to play the next one. I remember finishing Old World Blues. I think I even mentioned it on this broadcast, having finished the Old World Blues DLC, and I was just chomping at the bit to get to Lonesome Road, to finally meet Ulysses after having him stalk me through every single DLC. Just the shadow in the background who shows up every now and then in the corner of your eye just to disappear. It was like a Doctor Who episode. But it was great. It's just the way they wove that narrative together was so well done. And that's with me also believing that the Fallout 3 DLCs are amazing. Point Lookout, Operation Anchorage. Well, Operation Anchorage was a little linear for my taste. I loved the idea of Operation Anchorage and the gear from Operation Anchorage, but the gameplay for Operation Anchorage was a bit linear for my taste. But then again, Lonesome Road was pretty linear as well, to be perfectly fair. Yeah, anyway, they were great DLCs, but I loved the Fallout New Vegas DLCs. Buttered Up Lobster says, hey, Alex, love your videos. Just want to say, keep up the great work. Thank you, Buttered Up Lobster. The Dark Seraph says, I got some Tennessee Fire here on my desk. Too cold outside for a cigar, so just the whiskey. How is it too cold for a cigar? I guess too cold to sit outside and smoke the cigar? Okay. That makes sense. Walk in the Closet says, do you think this will be the first and last multiplayer Fallout Bethesda will make? Yeah, I do. I'm glad they made Fallout 76, and I guess I'm even glad that it's multiplayer. I think it'll be the last one they make. I think and hope that they'll support it. I'm confident that they'll support it for years and years to come. I'm hoping that also means in creating new content for it for years to come. But I think it's probably going to be the last multiplayer game that they'll make. Multiplayer Fallout game that they'll make. And I can't think of a reason why we would need another one. Like, if they were ever going to invest time and energy into a multiplayer Fallout, they'll probably put it into the multiplayer Fallout that they have, the one that they have. So, I mean, at least not for another 10, 15 years, a new generation cycle of hardware and technology. Maybe in a decade or two, I'll be at the point where, they'll say, okay, yeah, we need to make a different multiplayer Fallout game. But at the moment, I don't see a need for another one. I see a need for a single-player Fallout game. So, Bethesda, if you're watching, I would love Fallout 5. Just saying. Shayla says, your voice would be melodic with Subnautica. The game scares me. You don't. It's funny that you mentioned that because I introduced my son, my 6-year-old son, to Subnautica. I wanted to try something. So we had played World of Goo together, and he beat it, and he wanted something else. And the only other thing I had on my machine at the time was Subnautica, and he at first was having a great time. The submarine and the little thing you hold on to, and you move around in the water. And then we started diving deeper and deeper. And then, he kept on going away from the crashed ship and over the hills and deeper into the water, and then we found those weird translucent dragon things. Yeah, he doesn't want to play Subnautica anymore. It's a bit scary for him, and I can understand. It was it's a fine game, but a bit scary for a 6-year-old. Mark Eric Lane says, have you watched Fire Festival documentary on Netflix? Since so much of your life is online, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. I have not seen or heard about that documentary. Interesting that you bring up my life online in connection to it. I think I get an impression for what the documentary is about. So I might have to check it out. But I don't really see my life being online. I mean, I know that I know that many hours of each of my days is captured forever online. From live streams to this show to lore videos, all of which are just hours and hours and hours. But it's not really there's so much more. I mean, my work. I could say that my work is captured online, and through my work, a little bit of my personality. But there is so much about my life that takes place outside of this room that, I don't know, I wouldn't consider my life to be... I wouldn't say that it's accurate to say that my life is being played out online. A part of my life that I allow to be played out online is online. So that would be accurate. Kilo77 says, a few months ago I asked you who would win in a battle between the Courier and the Lone Wanderer and the Sole Survivor. You said the Courier would win, but who would win if they used their factions and companions behind them? Wow. Holy cow. Well, with that considered, I don't think it would be the Courier. Because the factions of New Vegas are so inferior to the factions of Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, only in that they're not as omnipotent as those factions. So yeah, if you side with the NCR, you have a nation behind you, but that nation is chaotic. There's a lot of bureaucracy, a lack of communication. Whereas if you were, say, faced against Lions or Maxon's Brotherhood of Steel, you've got an entire fighting force that is brainwashed by their leader, who will do what that leader says, and there's no disorder. Those two forces face to face, I think Maxon would probably win. Caesar's Legion is, primitive. They don't even use long-range sniper weapons. They're not going to win against the Brotherhood of Steel. I don't know. The Institute is so interesting because when you have an entire military force that's not only expendable, but able to be replaced in the form of Gen 3 and Gen 1 and Gen 2 synths, and when you have the ability to teleport literally anywhere, you don't even have to worry about being knocked out of the skies while you're flying in a vertibird or suffering losses on the way to the battle. You just teleport there. That power is so powerful that I have a hard time seeing them lose in a pitched battle. Now, them losing to subterfuge, to betrayal, to infiltration, sure. But to die in a pitched battle, it would be very hard for them to lose, I think. Arkran says, thanks for all the great content. Thank you so much for watching. All right, we need to move to Wolfenstein. Faith says, I listened to your channel while falling asleep. Just put a Fallout playlist on and off to sleep. I'm glad to hear that. J.A. Bristol says, you're not entirely finished with Fallout 4 content. You're almost there, though. Still need to do your video on Vault 111. You, sir, are like reading my mind. Stop it. Just let me stay tuned for this weekend. Lots of good Fallout 4 content this weekend, okay? Stop reading my mind. Whoa. Don't know what that was, but you know what? Let's get to the game before the computer dies or something. Hold on a sec. Luke Babcock says, thanks for the great content, getting me through my 80-hour work week. You are indeed welcome. Now let's switch to the game. Oh, and I'm just a icon. All right, and we're trying the face cam here. Trying something new. Don't know if it's going to work. Okay. Cigar. Scotch. And am I framed up? Yeah? All right. Water too. Gotta stay hydrated. Tom says, hopefully we will get to see that Sully Mathis with Nuka World. You would be the first, no mention of it online at all. Are you back at Thicket Excavations. Don't we meet Sully Mathis at Thicket Excavations? Oh, Microsoft says one of the great... Oh, thank you. It's a very generous tip. Says one of the greatest content creators on YouTube. I watch your live streams every day. Currently trying to catch up with your live Fallout 76 streams. It's not going well so far. Keep up the great stuff. Legend in the making. Let me get one of those famous smoke ships. All right. A famous smoke ship for the Big Tipper. Hold on. For the briefest of moments before your very eyes was a British ship or a Spanish galleon with cannons and balls and sails, all in smoke. It's a gift. I can't explain it. I wish I could. Okay. Ox, will you still be doing Creation Club videos? Yes, I will. Ban Noodle says on the greedy side of video, also on the greedy for video side of things, you gotta make a Codsworth video. Yes, I do. And I will. Tom says, yeah. Sorry, I'm like off my descriptions. Lol, there's no mention of talking to Sully at Thicket anywhere online if you haven't chosen the Raiders. You'd be the first. Oh, I see. Oh. Fire the cannon. The cannon is rigged up with a spindly torque device. Need to head out there and fire it at the compound. Okay, spindly torque. And I'm still in this suit. And I can't crouch. And I can't pull out a weapon. Okay. Oh.
As you make your way to the cannons there, you're heading in fast and the currents are bound to be strong.
Okay, well I see where I'm gonna be going, and I can barely move.
Stand by, Cap. Readying the payload.
We are getting close. 200 meters. 100 meters. 50 meters.
Talk about a spindly torque thing. Locate the cells. All right. Let's do that. Hold on, secrets. Anything down there? No. Okay, I'll stop wasting our time.
you. I'm coming for you.
You come bring your egg. And you drag your 50 feet across these halls. Remember that you trespass against a man who built a civilization. A civilization to dwarf all ours. Remember this. And release the machine.
Is he taking credit for civilization now? Okay. Oh, well, they're arming us really well right now. I guess that means the boss is coming. Ajax says, hey, I recently ordered your I Am Become Death shirt, and I'm super excited to see it when it arrives. I got 3 of your shirts. They are really great. Thank you so much. By the way, I just discovered that my Benny shirt has been missing from my
in
store
your house, Jim.
for...
Is this the day?
It's been off my store for probably months now, and I didn't realize it until just now. So I fixed it, and my Benny shirt is now available again. Sorry for those of you who were trying to get it and couldn't. It is now available. I am really armed. Wow, they had a lot of supplies. Feeling good. Leave it to the Nazis to think that they're gods or something. It says binary ghost. I know. Maxed out. Hey, this is the loading screen music, but a more upbeat version. Die Starke des Tals. Macht. This is what I get coming. This isn't Fallout, Oxhorn. You don't have time to stop and read everything. All right. Let's just avoid the dogs. Avoid them. Dan says, Oxhorn, your sniper rifle has an alternative fire mode you unlock after coming back from the moon. Ooh. Hey. I know they want me to run through this guns blazing, but it's not. All right, fine. I'm going guns blazing, dang it. Want to lose it. Don't you ever go away. You're too beautiful for that. You gorgeous machine. Holy moly. Here I thought I was safe. Yeah. Gold armor. Holy cow. Okay. Nick Berg says, what are your thoughts on the alternative timeline? I think it's scary and sad. I think it's fascinating. But I also think that it took too much inspiration from real history, from the way real things happen. Sorry if I'm not talking. I got a thing with talking and making coherent sense while also making my fingers move. Hello, Ox says Garfunkel the Happy Clown. I'm so glad a Happy Clown is here. Okay, getting through. Totally not scared. Totally not scared. Love this music. Music is so good. Oh! Hey! Primitive brain. There's always someone with an argument for purity. The purity of the race, the purity of the blood, the purity of the game. Wish I could hold more than 10 rounds in this thing. Okay, here we go. Hey, Ox, how are the kids? Okay, they're fine. They're all in bed. Yikes! No! Anytime. Alex asks about help for a 32 Wendigo. I know, but put a clown costume on for God's sake. Hey, Jack says, Ox, how's been 2019 been going for you in terms of family, YouTube, Fallout, etc., etc.? Going great. With family and all of that is fine. With YouTube, it's it's a time of change. As my content changes, as the platform changes, and with that comes unforeseen variables, but nothing that is too burdensome. energy. Hello. Welcome, new member JP. Thank you, Legion Kronos. Ooh, I got a big boy. I got another big boy. Which one do I want? That one. Look at all these big boys. I should have just ran in there and grabbed one. I am being overly conservative with my ammunition and so forth. But I made it. Oh, look at this.
Feels like yesterday.
Oh, is this where I broke out of at the beginning of the game? It is, and where I fell. Push the button. What now? Oh. I came from that way. The bullet holes. Hey, Ox, love the beard. Thanks, Cody. Pardon me. Whoa! Let's get the other one. They got big boys to spare here. Ooh. I'm out. Hey now. Nope, don't want that anymore. All done with that. I love it. Where can I get you recharge? Is this the only way I can recharge? Ox, I need advice on Fallout 3. Think you can spare some? And I love New Vegas. Keep up the good videos. Good work. Keep up the work. Good work. I'm happy to give advice on Fallout 3. I'm certainly not an expert by any means, but I don't know what I would tell you. Megaton is your favorite place. You can get anything done there. Follow. Oh, there's one right there. I would do well, what I did is I did Operation Anchorage first because it already strips you. It strips you of everything you have anyway to do that DLC, so you might as well do it at level 1. And you walk away with some of the best loot in the game, including T-51B power armor and power armor training and the Gauss rifle. Wow, it's emptying my entire thing when I do that. Thankfully, that big lug can't fit in the hallway. least I don't think so. What was that? All right. Starting to get tired. A functional weapon. There I was in the thick of it without a place to hide. Okay. Let's see where it puts me. Scheiße! This gun is amazing. Ox, you can recharge the big laser machine guns. Oh, can I? Cool. These are fun, though. I may do that. It really slows me down, though. Out of armor. Let's see. Thought there was an armor pack up here somewhere. Yeah. Murder. Just works. Okay. Up we go. Oh. Hello. Down we go. Okay. Through the breach.
U-boat is in position. Everything according to plan.
Gibraltar, the moon, the labor, by a million honest men shattered by senseless soldiers. But now you strike the foundation of civilization. Why is it your crimes of cowardice and evil? I know why. The answer is found in the default.
My default.
Organs of your biologically inferior cognitive faculties. I know. I have cut holes and looked.
The sad and horrible thing, we laugh, but the sad and horrible thing is that people used to believe this way. A lot of people. Holy cow. What are they doing with an entire brain and spinal cord in a stasis shock? What are they doing with these? Are they experimenting on non-Aryan brains? It's Loverboy. Oh, whoa, what a creep.
As the synthetic tetanus spasm further inhibits your nervous system, shutting down your motor faculties, you'll find it harder and harder to breathe. There we are.
Uri, was kann ich wirklich tun? Bin beschäftigt. Entweder in Berlin, um den letzten Dreckshaufen zu beseitigen, den Captain Blaskowitz vor unserer Tür hinterlassen hat.
Ich habe ein Geschenk für dich, mein Schatz.
Wirklich? Ich liebe Geschenke. Zeigst es mir?
Dir zeige ich doch alles.
Obi, dein Geschenk ist kostbarer als alles, was ich mir hätte erträumen können.
Darf ich ihn für dich aufschneiden?
Gerne. Und damit ich es genießen kann.
This woman is my life, you understand? My everything. Warm blood, the smell, it sickens me.
Oh, baby!
How can you be moving? I give you enough toxins to paralyze an elephant. There's something very wrong with your cerebral cortex.
Righto. Onwards and upwards. Well, I still have all my health. Can I go back for health? Is there any health back here? Okay, that was stabbed in the heart. Just for good measure. Stabbed in the heart. No health packs back here? Alright, well I guess I just gotta go forward. Anyone else hiding up there? Good, I still have my weapons.
Not going down. Not yet. Not until she's safe. There's your problem.
The transport helicopter is ready when you are, Blazkowicz. Soon as you get our people out of the compound, we'll swoop in and pick you up.
William! What happened to you? You're bleeding.
After Seth got us out from the cells, we thought we would be escaping all on our own. Put to sea, Blazkowicz. Just ahoy, man.
Let's get out of here. Kinder, let's go. Lloyd!
I'm fine. I'll just get back up then.
Seen better days. That's why it still works. No.
Blazkowicz, help me out.
Thank you.
Of course.
We'll get you out of there. We'll go somewhere. I believe there are still places on this earth where people can go and live happy.
I believe so too. Not for me and for you.
What are you doing in there? An old friend come to visit? I haven't had a visitor like you in a long time.
I know you. We have met before. I think today we meet for the last time. Captain Blazkowicz. Still fighting after all these years. I remember your friend. I savor his memory. Do you remember him? In work like this, it is easy to be tempted to sense compassion. We must learn that this is pointless instinct, not fit for the master race. Hoch, hoch, auf die Platte!
What? I saved him. Oh, look away.
No, I didn't save him.
Nope. No, we won't.
Like you. What pain is death and destruction. I would ask you to consider, in the end we will be judged. Not by what we have destroyed, but what we have created.
Ferguson.
Oh. Can you grasp the splendor of it? The intelligence of the human brain, amalgamated with the efficiency and obedience of the machine.
Machine man, clear the room.
no, I've got a knife. I've got a knife. I've got a knife. That's all I've got is a knife. I've got a grenade. I'm out of grenade. I have a knife.
Do not damage my prototype, Captain. It is a glorious machine. You should appreciate it. Bask in its glory.
Oh, that's right. I can pop these open. Oh, it's such a short period of time. Okay.
Fergus. You in there?
Lost choice. And nightmares. Swapped in this damn machine. Got no control of my actions. End this. Please. Don't let me die.
I'll see you soon, Fergus. In a better place than this.
I've got this now. Okay.
Prometheus, I steal fire from the gods. Beautiful.
Okay, I've got a gun now. What can I do with this? Look up the ship.
Like Prometheus, I steal fire from the gods. Beautiful.
do I do? What do I do?
General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade. Enforce your surrender.
Silent! Senseless, idiocy! Counterproductive irrational conduct!
General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade. Enforce your surrender.
Okay. Dan says anywhere but the face is useless.
General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade. Enforce your surrender.
Die silent! defenses. You see?
The Tesla gun?
General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade. Enforce your surrender.
Silent.
Poke him in the face?
Before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade.
The gear on the
Enforce
shelf
your surrender.
restocked when you die. It won't let me in. Oh wait, yeah, well.
Crawl down a hole, General. Won't save you. I'm coming for you.
The hint is when he says at the end of my knife. Okay. So I stun him and then stab him. You gotta shoot him in the head, Ox. I'm stuck! I think I just hurt myself.
Senseless. Easy. Counterproductive irrational conduct!
Stun plus knife. Well, look, the knife suggestion is confusing me because when I stun him...
General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade.
I never have an
Enforce
option
your surrender.
to knife him. He's still in his mech. Check the walls. Ox. Okay. I don't know, man. Asians Assemble says Ox, when he does his pathetic old man groans, you have to knife him quick. Okay, and then Satan Claus says Ox, use the charge points on the wall. Use the energy myth thing relentlessly. Don't give him a chance to recover. Hit him hard and don't start shooting.
Gentlemen, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade. Enforce your surrender.
Silent. Senseless music.
Yeah, the stabbing thing doesn't make a lick of sense to me.
Counterproductive irrational conduct.
That's I mean, I had better luck using my missile thing. Ethan says you're doing it. The more you hurt him, the more flames pop up on his mech.
Gentlemen, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade. Enforce your surrender.
of irrational conduct.
You shoot the glass out, then you can kill him with the knife. What, throw it?
General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade and force your surrender. General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade.
Be silent.
Lead him into the fire? All right. Well, I've tried all of your suggestions. The knife thing isn't working. I expend all of my missiles. The problem is the fire.
General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade. The force you surrender. Senseless illusion.
All right. Let me Google it. All right. Everything I'm reading on Google says just shoot him, which isn't being very helpful. So I'm going to try it one more time, and then we'll save the rest for next week.
before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade and force your surrender. Crawl down a hole, General. Won't save you. I'm coming for you.
Silent. Senses, illusion. Counterproductive irrational conduct. Must question your sanity! The human history!
All right. Well, I gave it a good shot. I will have to
General,
read up on it, I
before
suppose.
the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade and force your surrender.
Blazkowicz is confident in my abilities. Sadly, I'm not quite as confident. Well, that's a killer boss fight, I have to tell you. I'll have to do some reading on it to see if there are any tips. But everything I read said unload on him, just blast away on him until he
Crawl
gets
down a
out.
hole, General. Won't save you. I'm coming for you.
You got close, yeah. Quit running through the fire, says Seal. I mean, easier said than done. It's one of those things where by the end of that encounter, there's no place where there's not fire. Avoid the fire, they say.
Senseless, idiocy.
Gentlemen, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade and force your surrender.
Die, ally silent.
Go under the tall fires. Oh.
Gentlemen, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my blade and force your surrender.
that fire every time.
General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my play. Force you to surrender.
I tried patiently last time. I just sat there this time.
General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my play. Force you to
Okay, that's it. Really calling it now. Did my best. I'm gonna have to, I don't know, do something. That's a tricky one. Maybe I'll just have to do it over and over and over and over again while I'm not filming so that I can get angry properly, you know? You should lower the difficulty. It's okay. I don't know what difficulty I'm on. I'm on the bring 'em on difficulty, whatever that is. That's the middle difficulty. I guess the normal difficulty. Spartan says, I see why you stick to RPGs, lol. Thanks. So kind. Die says, keep blasting him with rockets or grenades, but keep inside of your running away. You're missing. Seeing him kneeling, you need to rush towards him, hit action button for the final cutscene. I mean, I don't think you know. So I use all my grenades, I use all my rockets. Just then, I was finishing off all of my machine gun ammunition. Had to resort to my shotgun ammunition. I mean, there's only so much ammunition you can throw at the guy. And I never did get to the point where he's kneeling. That's the thing. Like, armor will fly off of his mech, and I can pick up that armor to shield myself. But there was never a point where he kneeled or he, otherwise got out of the mech so that I could knife him. Hit him from behind. Yeah, I could get up from behind him. Spartan says, of course, that's the one comment from me that he reads. Ajax says, damn, Ox, I come back after a break and you're still not done with this? Well, that's pretty rough, my man. Look, it's gaming. What do you expect? I'm trying. Kiting, the true enemy of boss level, says Anthony. Harry PC says, I love how The Office is coming along, and I love the Twitch streams. Thanks for the content. You're welcome. I appreciate it. Sharp says, I had a hard time with this fight. Best bet is to dual-wield machine guns and only shoot at him when you're far away. Yeah. Well, I don't have an option to dual-wield the machine guns. I only have one machine gun. That's one thing I kept on trying to find, is another machine gun so I could dual-wield. I can dual-wield the shotguns. I can dual-wield the sniper rifles, which you can turn into those rail things. The fire is killing you. Yeah, I know the fire is killing me, but I have to move. Like, I could back myself into a corner and just unload all my ammunition on him, but even if I go into that one back area behind the two screens, there comes a point where he walks that way and suddenly he's just barreling down on me and I have no way out. Lower the difficulty and try again. Oh, man. Yeah, that way I'll beat the game. That way we have something new for next week. Let's try it. Okay. I'm on Bring 'em On. Let's go down to Can I Play, Daddy?
General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my play and force your surrender.
They really don't make you get away with it, do they?
Silent.
Oh, you're kidding. You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
Nice out. Time to die.
No, you're kidding me. Doggone it. I can't accept this. Not even right. Let's try it. Let's see what it does on Don't Hurt Me.
General, before the day is done, I will have you at the end of my play. Surrender.
Silent. Senseless.
dual wielding the shotgun really slows me down. Okay. I even died on that difficulty level, so this might be the difficulty level that I'm supposed to be playing on.
General, before the day is done, I will have you be silent. What was that?
Chose well, Captain Velasco. This is a good one.
Count to 4. Inhale. Count to 4. Exhale.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a Nazi war machine, says Raziel.
I will never kneel to you. Fine. I will gut you standing.
Oh, mouse 3 takedown? Okay,
So colorful.
help.
Captain, we are in position. The nuclear cannon is armed.
How did he
Permission to
not
fire?
dismembered from that?
A mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the me you're tired. You're bored. Your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these. The homeless. Tempest-tossed. To me.
Can you hear me, Captain? Am I clear to fire?
You're clear.
What?
I believe that the stars keep shining all through the night. I believe if we just keep trying, it'll be alright.
Well,
I believe that someday we're
my
gonna
victory is
find
a little
our way.
sullied. I did have to decrease the difficulty level. But at least I didn't go all the way to Daddy Don't Hurt Me or whatever that one was.
I believe in lovers walking
Okay, I'll take it.
side by side.
Feeling all right. You're right. This is why I play RPGs.
Someday we'll be satisfied.
Well, we know he survived. There's a sequel.
I believe
Colossus.
the angels listen, God hears us pray.
Okay. I guess we'll find out how he survived a grenade
In a beautiful
and explosives blowing up the building in the next episode.
Here I believe it's gonna work out okay, but not for me.
Very touching song.
And not for you.
Can I escape? Thank you. Well, we did it, ladies and gentlemen. We beat Wolfenstein, The New Order. And we've beat Wolfenstein, The Old Blood, which leaves Colossus. I don't know if I'm going to play it. I kind of want to play it, though. I mean, I know that it's filled with anti-capitalist propaganda, so I've been told. But I still kind of want to play it anyway. It'll probably piss me off. I'll probably sit there griping and getting angry the entire time. But, I mean, that's good for the show. So maybe I'll play it. But then again, Rage 2 is coming out. Metro Exodus is coming out. Not to mention The Outer Worlds. It's coming out. All these wonderful games that I can't wait to play. Cyberpunk 2077. We got a lot to get through, ladies and gents. A lot. Resident Evil? Maybe. I mean, I do need to finish BioShock. I started with BioShock 1. I have a complete playthrough of BioShock 1 on this channel. But I never played any of the other BioShocks. Maybe BioShock is where we move on from here. I don't know. If you're watching the replay, leave a note in the comments. Just give me your thoughts on what you'd like to see me play next. Of course, people watching the replay are probably going to be really confused because I stopped twice saying I'm done. But then I finished. So, play Exodus. I will be playing Exodus. So, that's the plan. Zachary says, will you do lore videos on the new Wolfenstein games, like the Old Blood, the New Order, the new Colossus, when it comes to when it comes out Youngblood? Not in the same way that I do lore videos. No, I don't think I will. These games are very linear. I mean, if I was to do a lore series on these games, it would just be a compilation of all the cutscenes, basically. You know, I'd have a cutscene and then I'd show some gameplay and I'd narrate over it. Now we move through the facility and we find the ancient Jewish magic, which we can then use to put on an ancient Jewish magic suit, which we use to kill Nazis. And then we'd move to another cutscene. And I'd have to blur out the boobies. There is the boobies issue. So I don't know. I don't think I'll do a lore series. I'm happy having done a playthrough during my Scotch and Smoke Ring show. This was an extra long episode. We've been going for nearly 3 hours. This is almost like a legit live stream. Anyway, thank you all for coming. It's late. It's 10:40 my time. I got to get to bed so that I can wake up tomorrow morning and do a Fallout 76 live stream. So if you'd like to join me tomorrow morning, I'll be up early, 10 a.m. right here on YouTube. We'll be doing a Fallout 76 live stream here on YouTube. And then, of course, I'll have more live streams on Twitch throughout the week. And don't forget, 2 new lore videos, Saturday and Sunday, on Fallout 4, of all things, which I'm almost done with. So a few topics that we can cover there, but some good topics. Anyway, I had a blast. Thank you guys for joining me. My cigar's almost gone. That means I need to go to bed. My scotch is gone, so time to get some shut-eye. Thanks again for joining. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all again tomorrow morning for my live stream of Fallout 76. Almost forgot.